So we have to inform you that Christian did not make it. Okay. Unfortunately, the doctors did what they could, and
Christian is dead.
yes.
Oh my God.
At first glance, she appeared to be a woman in complete distress, breaking down in front of investigators. But as the footage unfolded, something felt off. Hours earlier, her boyfriend had been found stabbed in a Miami apartment, and the story she was telling didn't seem to align with what had really happened. On April 3rd, 2022, multiple 911 calls came in from a luxury apartment building in Miami called One Paraíso. Residents reported hearing screaming and a violent fight coming from one of the units on the 22nd floor.
I'm calling because there's a fight is going on. Yeah, there's a fight going on right now.
Is it a physical fight?
Yes.
But one of the calls came from inside the apartment itself. A woman was crying hysterically, telling dispatchers that her boyfriend was dying. She repeatedly said she was covered in blood while struggling to give the address. That woman was 26-year-old Courtney. To millions online, she appeared to live a glamorous lifestyle filled with modeling, travel, and social media fame.
Operator Joe, what is the address of your emergency? City of Man, please.
3101. It's 130, so 130.
Ma'am, listen to me. You need to stop screaming on the line and give me the address.
3101.
I'm gonna die. I can't feel my arm.
3101.
I can't feel my arm.
130,
Ma'am.
so my boyfriend is dying of a stab.
Ma'am, what is the address?
What's that? What's the address, baby?
31.
3130 Northeast 7th Ave. Please, God, please. Come see my boyfriend.
Ma'am, is this a house apartment or a business?
512-745-2582.
Is this a house apartment or a business?
When officers arrived at the building, a staff member met them in the lobby and guided them toward the apartment. While moving to elevator, the staff member told police the couple had a history of loud arguments inside the unit. They also said police had responded to disturbances involving the couple many times before.
Dead body upstairs.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll follow you.
Hey, close the ballet down. Put a red rope over here.
Ma'am, you're real right. Just made contact with front desk. They're escorting us to the apartment.
It's really bad. Police has came 5 times. She went to commit suicide 5 different times. They were punching each other 5 different times. And until this day, this bad. She's unconscious, full of blood. I have the pictures here. Request for arrest.
Inside the apartment, officers found Courtney sitting beside her boyfriend, Christian Opumseli, while paramedics attempted to save his life. Christian had suffered a stab wound to the chest and was barely responsive. Courtney repeatedly asked officers if he was going to survive. At several moments, she also asked about the couple's dogs, Ranger and Jesse, while officers secured the apartment and paramedics continued treatment nearby.
Guys,
Relax.
why? No, guys.
Relax.
Boss, what's going on?
Wait.
Hey, you good? What do you have?
Relax.
What are you bleeding from? Yo.
Guys, please.
Relax. Sit down.
Here. Okay.
Sit down.
Just let me.
Sit down.
Okay. Baby, come here. Just sit down. Please, just make sure he's okay. They're gonna be okay. Okay. Jesse, come here, baby. Stay right there. Come on, boys. Come on, sit down.
Francis.
Dime.
Advise fire rescue. He's not breathing.
As police worked the scene, officers inside the apartment focused on keeping everyone separated, while paramedics attempted life-saving treatment. Christian drifted in and out of consciousness, while responders worked around him.
Listen to me, bro. You're good. Stay there.
Get back, Ranger.
Stay there, boss.
Jesse,
Un solo adelante.
Here, Jesse, come on, baby.
Ranger,
Stay there, boss. You're good. Listen to me.
Ranger, come back.
Stop moving, boss. Hey, fire rescue here to help you out. Relax, boss. Hey, you're bleeding a lot from here, man.
While Christian was being treated by paramedics, officers questioned Courtney about what had happened inside the apartment. She explained that the two had recently broken up, but were attempting to work things out again. According to Courtney, the argument became physical after a disagreement inside the apartment. Courtney said she became afraid and grabbed a knife from the kitchen. However, she insisted she did not stab Christian intentionally.
So what happened?
I don't even, I'm like over head to toe. I love him like more than like.
Okay. So what happened today that we're here?
So I had broken up with him about a week ago. And then today again, like we just weren't getting along kind of, but like I said, we're breaking up again.
So you guys trying to get back together?
Yes, absolutely. Because I want to marry him. I love him. I think that he could change. I could change, whatever. And he just, I said, he started doing some shit that he said he wouldn't do to me. And I said, you know what, we're over. And I walked away and he pinned me to the wall.
He pinned you against the wall?
He pinned me to the wall and then pinned me to the ground. It was choking me. And so I got up and I called my mom and I was talking to her.
Before we go any further, if you are finding this case interesting so far, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment for more mysteries this. At the same time, one resident claimed they witnessed a violent altercation through the apartment windows days earlier and heard frequent arguments coming from the unit during the weeks leading up to the stabbing. This case quickly began showing investigators that the relationship between Courtney and Christian had been far more unstable than it appeared online. They also began reviewing surveillance footage from inside the building, and what they found shifted the direction of the investigation. Soon after, Courtney was brought in for questioning. Detectives continued asking Courtney about what happened earlier that day, going back over the timeline step by step. They wanted clarity on how a normal day turned into a violent scene inside the apartment. Courtney said things began with a small argument after Christian returned to the apartment. She described it as something that started over a personal disagreement and slowly escalated inside the living space.
Like I said, a little bit blur. I was doing laundry, and then he came back with a Subway sandwich. Before he left, he recited exactly what I wanted. I said, I'll text what I want to you. And he said, I know what you want. I said, no, you don't. And he recited it to me before he left. And he got it perfectly right.
As the situation intensified, she said Christian became aggressive and the argument turned physical. Courtney claimed she was pushed, pinned, and ended up fearing for her safety as things spiraled inside the apartment.
And he ended up pinning me against the wall. And then, I said like choking me on the floor. It's just like, they were looking at my neck and I was like, I'm not saying like choking me like, whatever. But he had my like neck, and this happened twice before, where I couldn't breathe and I was on the floor. Yeah. I could not breathe.
She then reached the breaking point of her account. Courtney said she moved into the kitchen area, where she grabbed a knife as Christian allegedly came toward her again. According to her, that was the moment everything happened. She said she never intended to use the knife, only to stop him from getting closer, as she stood there scared and overwhelmed.
So, this happened over by the door and somehow moved over in the living room. He was standing by the couch, facing toward the kitchen, and I was in the kitchen. And then he just I could see all the whites in his eyes, and he was coming at me. And so I grabbed one of these knives. My mom got me for Christmas. I grabbed one of them, and I was like, I swear to God. I swear to God.
As the interview continued, this case started focusing heavily on the physical evidence inside the apartment. Investigators wanted to determine whether the wound matched Courtney's explanation of the knife being thrown.
And I meant for it to go.
How far away was he?
Well, I was by my fridge, and he was by the edge of one of the chairs of the sofa.
Okay.
Comparing to what 10 feet? I'm trying to think in my head. I'm trying to make the...
Was he closer than I am?
No, but just further.
Well, like the length of his room?
No, further than that. Okay. Oh, well, if I said... Yeah, you're right. It was more than 10 feet then. It was definitely further than this.
Okay. It isn't closer. It looks a lot smaller than here.
It was further than this.
Okay. So then, you were by the fridge and he was by the couch? You were by the fridge and he was by the couch?
Yes, I was in front of the fridge. He was by the couch.
Yes. And then
behind my island.
And then what kind of movements did he make at the moment? He was going to walk
running
up?
At me.
Running? Okay.
Well,
Hours later, detectives returned with an update from the hospital. Christian Obumsele had not survived his injuries. At that moment, everything in the case shifted from investigation to homicide. If you found this case interesting, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more real cases every week. Initially, Courtney was not arrested. For several months, investigators continued reviewing forensic evidence, surveillance footage, witness statements, and recordings connected to the case. Then, in August 2022, authorities arrested Courtney Clenny in Hawaii and charged her with second-degree murder with a deadly weapon.
From photo shoot to mugshot, Courtney Clenny, a popular 26-year-old OnlyFans model, was arrested in Hawaii on Wednesday, suspected of stabbing her boyfriend to death in Miami back in April.
We are charging 26-year-old Courtney Taylor Clenny with one count of second-degree murder in Christian's death. I'm told that she was on a remote island. We felt that the prudent thing to do, that the right thing to do, was to go and get her and secure her presence.
Prosecutors argued that the evidence did not support her version of events, and she acted in self-defense. Her attorneys argued she had been the victim of repeated abuse during the relationship.
In a statement, Clenny's lawyer said he was completely shocked with the arrest and that, quote, Obumsele attacked her and choked her that evening. Courtney had no choice but to meet force with force.
But the investigation expanded even further after her arrest. Authorities later arrested Courtney's parents, Kim Clenny and Deborah Clenny. Prosecutors alleged they accessed Christian's laptop after his death without authorization. Investigators claimed the parents attempted to search for information that could support Courtney's defense. However, those charges were later dropped due to a lack of evidence to support the allegations.
For the arrest of Courtney's parents, Kim and Deborah.
There are warrants for you and your wife's arrest? What? I know.
Courtney's mom, Deborah, took the news even harder.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Deborah.
So,
No, I'm not okay.
I know.
Nobody's going to hurt you. I understand. I mean, you're physically okay. You'll get through.
Today, Courtney Clenny remains behind bars awaiting trial. The case continues to divide public opinion because of the history of alleged abuse between the couple and the conflicting accounts of what happened that night.
We need to get this moving. Again, Ms. Clenny's been in custody now 3 years and 2 months. It's time to get this in a realistic trial date position.
Prosecutors rejected claims that the state is drawing out the case, telling the court that the defense filed the motions to suppress evidence and reconsider her bond and dismiss the case, and that they had to deal with those. Now, the hearing to reconsider bond is now set for November the 4th, and the December 1st trial date has been postponed. The judge set a December 5th deadline to respond to the attorney's filings. No trial date is on the calendar at this point.
This case now centers on one major question. Did Courtney act out of fear during a violent confrontation, or does the forensic evidence point towards something intentional instead? The courtroom still has no final answer. Every piece of evidence is being pulled in two directions, self-defense on one side and intent on the other. And for now, the truth of that night remains locked between two completely different stories. Soon, a jury will decide which version of events they believe. Stay alert and protect yourself. And don't forget to subscribe for more true crime breakdowns that expose the darkness behind everyday lives.